um, and some have not done it. By how many people have not done it?
I haven't done it, Cherokee.
Haven't done anything. Okay. Anybody else?
I done everything except for the name change.
I'm asking about the name change. I don't know what the everything else means. The name change. Who has not done the name change? That's what I'm talking about. All right. All right. So this is some of you have had issues with doing it and it's gotten denied for some reason or another. Only thing I can say with the denials is you could either go somewhere else and do it. Some people have got denied in the where they first did it and then they went somewhere else, where else, and they got it and they went through. Or you could just appeal that decision. So that means you would have to look up the rules in your local district and find out how to do an appeal. They usually have little templates for you fill out. I think I even have a how to do an appeal that my son did a few years ago, how to do one. But it's very simple to do an appeal. You just put a notice of appeal. You could say it verbally after they turn you down, but they do want it written and put notice of appeal. You got 30 days to prepare your appeal and put it in. But I'm not going to go through all of that, how to fix all of that. So why are we doing a name change? Why is it important to do this name change? Before I get into all of these details, I need to start recording this thing. All right. So why are we doing this is because all of your documents got false information on it. What is the false information? The all cap name. That is not your name. Your name properly styled is traditionally, as a judge told me, first letter of each name is capitalized, the rest is lowercase. That is the traditional way to do things. So the court is basically doing things that are untraditional. Basically, they're speaking another language that you do not understand or will never understand. So we all know, most of us, when we're asked that in a courtroom, do you understand? You're supposed to always say no. No, I don't understand. Okay. Because saying you understand means you are going to take whatever ruling he's going to give you and he can do whatever you want. Usually they'll ask that question right after they ask you your name. Do you understand you need a lawyer? You can get this and you can do all these things and this and that. And if you don't have a lawyer, all of these little things that they say before they proceed, they ask you, do you understand? Because once you say, do you understand, that'd probably be the last time you'll be able to speak. And they're going to rule against you 99.9999% of the time when you do that. So we're going to go over, first I want to go over this this manual, the Texas Law Review Manual on usage and style. Each state has one. Let me share the screen. Each state have one. So this is how they're supposed to be. Before I keep going, everybody can see that screen and can hear me clearly. Looks like we lost one person.
Yeah.
Yes, I can see and hear.
Yeah, I
Okay.
see it.
All right. Somebody in the chat said, have done what? Oh, the name change. If you didn't, this is what we're talking about. The name change. You haven't put in a petition for that. All right. Here's the off now. Keep the bandwidth good. All right. So thanks for tuning into the name change webinar 2, the deed poll. This webinar is going to show you how to enter your. The first letter is capitalized, everything is lowercase, and then they put it in all caps. Then that is not speaking proper English or the layman's language tongue. You're speaking their language, which is a dead language. So let me continue. Oh, I didn't even show y'all the screen. I'm sorry. Let me show you this. Oh, acronym. All proper nouns. So if it's a proper noun and it's your name, you just put the first letters capitalized, the rest lower.
Yes, I can see and hear.
Yeah, I
Okay.
see it.
All right. Somebody in the chat said, have done what? Oh, the name change. If you didn't, this is what we're talking about. The name change. You haven't put in a petition for that. All right. Here's the Texas Law Review Manual on Usage and Style, 14th edition. This is a few pages. I've actually used this to shut down a case. I used it as an exhibit in the case, which you heard on the radio station the other day. All right, chapter 3 of that same manual says capitalization, proper nouns and common nouns. You all know what a noun is. It's just a person, place, or thing. It's what is it? There's one more. It describes something, you know. So capitalize all proper nouns. So if it's a proper noun and it's your name, you just put the first letters capitalized, the rest lowercase. Include the names of specific person, places, and things such as 1, organizations, 2, national and ethnic groups, except racial. I'm trying to minimize this little screen that's in my way. Except racial groups defined by color. Religious groups, languages, and artistic or academic works. Do not capitalize common nouns, i.e. nouns that are not proper nouns. Consult the dictionary when in doubt about whether a noun is a proper noun. So it's telling you how they're supposed to style all paperwork legally. And here's the examples. The Guadalupe River, a river. The University of Wisconsin, any university. African American, whole, Hispanic, black, whites. All of these are U.S. citizen terms, as you may know. Buddhist, Mormon, Jewish, Catholic, Muslim, Presbyterian, English, Spanish, Esperanto, Cantonese, the Duke Law Journal. And you notice how Duke is capitalized, law is capitalized, in the journal is capitalized. And a journal. So if I just say a journal, it's all lowercase. So I'm going to read this and I'm going to tell you why I'm reading this. Sounds like I'm giving y'all an English lesson, but when I finish, you'll understand. Trade and brand names. Follow a trade or brand name's irregular capitalization style, except do not set the name in all lowercase or in all capital unless, in the case of all capitals, the name is an acronym or initialism. So it's telling you nothing is supposed to be in all caps unless it's an acronym or initialism. So let's see what an acronym is. What's an acronym? I don't like to assume, so I go straight to the Google, type this in, and it says abbreviation formed from the initial letters or other words and pronounced as a word. So what they're saying is your name is it when they put it in all caps, it's an acronym. That means has a deeper meaning to it. And in the case of using your name in all capital letters, it has the meaning that they have converted that name into a business, an entity, so that they can contract with. And when you're in court, they're wanting you to accept that liability for those contracts. See, the issue is people are not understanding who they are in the courtroom. So when they bring these names up and we're so stuck on, oh, that's my name, it looks like my name. But in the earlier webinars, I told you, we got 52 letters in the alphabet, lowercase 26, uppercase 26. So if they're telling you that it's supposed to be properly styled, first letter when it's describing you or your name, the first letter is capitalized, everything is lowercase, and then they put it in all caps, then that is not speaking proper English or the layman's language tongue. You're speaking their language, which is a dead language. So let me continue. Oh, I didn't even show y'all the screen. I'm sorry. Let me show you this. Oh, acronym. All right, there it is. Acronym. Abbreviation formed from the initial letters of other words and pronounced as a word. That's the official definition of acronym. And I just showed you in that manual that they are only supposed to do that when they put that anything in all caps, it's got to be an acronym. And you have to point that out in your paperwork. Now, I normally wouldn't say acronym. I would say something like civilly dead. I may, if we have time, I'll pull out a response that I sent out there. If we have time. All right. So regardless of the preceding sentence, always follow rule 3.21 and capitalize the first word in a sentence. So I'm saying that when you starting off a sentence, we all know this since, elementary, that we capitalize the first word or letter of each sentence. There it is. There's some examples. Don't have to read all of that. Now let's go out down to 3.02 of the same manual. It says C, personal names, which we're talking about our names, right? Capitalize a person's name according to that person's preference. Regardless of the preceding sentence, always follow rule 3.21 and capitalize the first word in a sentence. So it says, example, LeBron James. So his name, LeBron, L is capitalized and James is capitalized. The basketball player, Bell Hooks. The feminist activist, Charles de Gaulle, the statesman. So you see how his name is properly styled here. So nowhere in here you're seeing any examples of all caps. So if it's not in here, then it really doesn't exist as a language. I'm trying to get y'all to see what I'm talking about. It doesn't exist. So when you're looking at this paperwork and you see anything in all caps, that there should look invisible to you. It should be like, okay, this is not. Well, then you need clarification. I need a request for a more definitive statement. You have this name styled this way. Can you define this for me? Because according to this manual, it says it's supposed to be this way. Can you define that? Now you're putting them in a position where they got to defend that. You see? So
Peace. What's up, everybody? It's Sunday. I know I'm late. That's supposed to be at 10 a.m. But I just got back from Mexico yesterday. Spent right after the seminar, went to Mexico, get some downtime. So that's what happened. And so that's the reason why I didn't do any shows last week. I get burnt out. I still need another vacation from this one. But anyway, had a good time. Everything went well. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. I just want to get to the point of why I'm doing this broadcast this morning. Can everybody hear me well? How do I sound? How do I sound out there? How do I sound? Let's get some music. Why is my camera phasing out? Maybe because I'm moving my head. It's trying to focus on me. All right, let's get my music going here. If I can find it. Do I sound good out there? Everybody got me? Just let me know in the chat. I look like I said. Everything looks good over here. I've been away from my equipment, and sometimes when I come back to my equipment, I get lost. How does this work? I got to remember. That's why consistency is key. When you keep doing something over and over, it sticks with you. When you stop doing it, you start to forget. Just like, oh, okay, this works here. You remember, I'm doing this new platform. But anyway, I put in the title, you only got 5 months left. 5 months left to get it done. Got 5 months left to this year. Ask yourself, be honest, ask yourself, how does it look? How does it look so far? The goals you said you planned, the money ritual affirmations that we did in December, not in December, January 1st of this year. 7 months is down. It's gone. We're not getting them back. That time is gone. Did you spend a lot of time working on what you say you wanted, the prosperity that you want? Or did you procrastinate? Did you let things get in the way? Did you let your own excuses get in the way? The things you say, oh, I need this to be just right to get it done. Did you do that? And if you did do those things, did you do things that slowed you down? What is your plan to make it different? Because you only got 5 months left. And before you know it, I'll be doing a broadcast about the money ritual that we do every year. By the way, let me just side note, the seminar in Atlanta went very well. I mean, it was off the chain. I got some great insights through some people I met. Shouts outs to the host, Juanita Woodson, and her husband, Mr. Woodson, who hosted, her daughter, the whole family. Shouts out to them. We, in the seminar, I'm just side note, not just letting y'all know. And I have encouraged you guys to set up your ministries for a long time now. Other platforms even made fun of me when I suggested this. The Bible ministry. What? If you had been at the seminar, you would have heard the change, the groundbreaking opportunity that is available to religious organizations by way of grants. Oh, you need a 501c? No, you don't. No, you don't. And the young lady, her daughter, who was there, who is a grant writer, wasn't aware. She thought all you needed was that 501c paperwork. And then when I asked her to read the instructions for what they require from organizations requesting grants money, at the very top, before they even got to the 501c3 stuff, it said religious organizations. It says religious. Right at the top. And she said, I've been doing this for 15 years and I never paid attention to that. So all of this time, people think I got to have a farmer to get these grants. No, you don't. All you need to do is be a church, temple, mosque, synagogue. Right there on the spot. She pulled out, read it. She was like, oh, wow. And that's what happens. What happens is this. We are blinded by teachings, which I call street logic, meaning we hear things and we take it as fact because we did not read or research the information. So when I pointed out to read the actual instructions, now I knew what I was listening for. She was just reading because she believed she read a million times and she knew what it was going to say, which is understandable because when your mind is locked in and seeing something a certain way, sometimes we get stuck and can't see everything. But my mind wasn't blocked and I knew what I was looking for. And with her help In my insight, I help to open our eyes to the reality of what is really possible. You see? You could start your ministry for anything. Your ministry could be just helping out youth or helping people, ex-cons who need to transition back to getting jobs and stuff like that. I already know what my plan is. But this is what happens when you come to seminars. When you don't come to seminars, you get secondhand information. You get what I call street lockage information. But when you're at the seminar, you get firsthand knowledge of what took place. What took place there. You get the information. You get it raw, live and direct. And you get direct questions answered. And sometimes I pull out stuff that I don't even share on public platforms and say, look at this, check this out, check that. And the information, they were blown away by the information. And I didn't even do a fraction of what I know. So guess what? The dates are set for the next seminar in Atlanta. October. I could give y'all the dates now. October 21st and the 22nd is going to be the next Atlanta seminar. And then the weekend after that, I don't know if that's going to be a public seminar. I'm invited to speak to some ministers that next weekend. So I don't know about that one. But I know 21st, 22nd is the next Atlanta seminar. And in August, September, maybe there's going to be a seminar in Las Vegas. I'm working on that. I'll have details this week so that I can give you guys time enough to get there. And I'm actually 2 seminars are being worked in Las Vegas, and then I'm going to have one local here in North Carolina at home. So then I think in sometime Ohio is coming up. I got to push that in there. I'm getting busy because when I went on this vacation, I took some time to myself and I wrote some things down that I need to teach. And and they only going to be taught at the seminars. So, hey, I hope y'all can be there. If you don't be there, you're just going to have to get the street logic information, which is not as good as getting it firsthand. But shouts out to Atlanta Seminar. It was great. I usually get on and do a show and talk about it, but I didn't do anything all last week because I was just preparing. Actually, I left Tuesday to go to Mexico and came back yesterday. So that's why you didn't get a show. But anyway, back to the time is running out. Has run out. Really. Because we're 5 months left to the year, 7 months into this year. And what's going on? Why? Give me a second here. It's my.
All right, I'm about to show you how.
That's not what I want. I was trying to play some music in the background, but I'm gonna leave that alone for now. We let things get in our way. We get held up. We make excuses. We find reasons not to get stuff done. And I'm just asking you, how long you gonna live that life? When are you gonna get off that plantation and start working on what you say you want? When? I mean, the time is now. It's not yesterday. It's not tomorrow. It is now to get started. When I finish this broadcast, which is I'm not going to be here too much longer, the time is now to start working on that thing or getting that thing complete. Some of y'all almost done, but it's still not out there to the world, so the people can appreciate your work. Just appreciate what you have to offer, whether it be a ministry, a product, a show. People are waiting to appreciate what you got. See, this world, this system, this how things God made it was for people to appreciate you and what you have to offer. But they can never appreciate what you have until you put it out there. Now, of course, when you put stuff out there, you're gonna meet the people that will pretend to not appreciate what you got going on. Most people who try to criticize what you got going on, they really like what you got going on. They're just trying to put it down because they feel some kind of way because they didn't have the idea. So they try to hate on you. Y'all know that, right? Y'all do know this. Think about it. All the people who have some type of all the people that have some type of what do you call it? That's famous, notoriety. That is, eventually people try to bring him down. Didn't that happen with the Christ? He's out here doing his thing, healing people, helping people, giving them a good word, a good message. And then people came and tried to pull him down. You think the scribes and Pharisees that tried to bring Christ down knew his words had power. They knew he had something. They were in awe of his teachings. But because of their hard-heartedness, stiff-neck, and jealousy, they had to criticize them. People criticize you or what you're doing because they like what you're doing. And they don't want you to pay attention. They don't want anybody else to pay attention to what you got. Those are actually your biggest fans, the haters. And those haters always bring more people with them that's going to like you. So welcome, haters. Welcome to criticism. Welcome it because that means they love what you do. The scribes, they love what it. That's why they wanted to kill him. They wanted to kill Christ because, wait a minute, hold up. That message is the bomb. And if he keeps preaching this, they ain't going to do no business with us no more. So we got to kill that message. And then once we kill that message, we going to steal his message and use it. Isn't that what Christianity is to do today? A stolen message from Christ. And they teaching you in the way they want you to learn it. But at the same time, trying to kill the power of the message so that you can rely just on what they say. So many people are blinded by their religious institutions that they forget that one thing that Christ told his apostles: you will do greater things than me. You will be greater than me. It's if I'm doing greater things than Christ, then that means I'm going to be greater. And that's all Christ was there to show you, that you can be greater than what I'm showing you right now. And that's what the scribes, the Pharisees did not want everybody to hear. That part right there was the problem. Wait a minute, they could be greater than they be. See, they were so jealous and didn't realize that this was a unified, shared movement, meaning that everybody could have that unlimited power just like the next. So, see, in their mind, if everybody's great, no one is great. See, that is what you call a carnal belief of how things work. But a spiritual belief that if everybody's great, everybody is great. See, making greatness normal. Because people believe if I'm great, I'm working in my power, my spirit, and everybody's doing the same thing, it becomes boring. No, it doesn't. It becomes powerful. And what happens when everybody is elevating on that spiritual level at that high vibration? Guess what? We go on to the next level, the next dimension, the next mission. See, the whole message was to preach and make disciples and bring people up to a spiritual level so that they can move on to the next level. See, that's the message. Where everybody's great, working together in unison, being powerful as one. everybody knows that a company doesn't work without a team. Nothing works without people working with you. I can't do this by myself. I wouldn't be successful in my business doing it by myself. The major component to my message is my listeners. So you guys are part of the team because you listen. And the ones that are, and everybody has a role. Some people just listen, and some people listen and react or act off of what I'm teaching. You see? So you got 5 months left to make it happen, to share your message with the world so that you could have a following of people who appreciate your work. And then not only that, you get to create a message, a following of people that eventually they create. And that's how things expand. Had Adam and Eve not taken the counsel of God and they just stayed amongst themselves and didn't reproduce themselves, we wouldn't all be here. The power is in our duplication. But see, what society has done is they gave us a false sense of who we are, and we're duplicating abnormalities. We're duplicating bad situations. So my message is to show you how not to duplicate bad situations, how to turn your life into a trust, how to turn your life into a church, temple, mosque, synagogue, and be prosperous at the same time. If you follow the law of the Bible, you will be prosperous. And I'm not just talking about the Bible. There's a bunch of religious texts out there that have commercial law in it, spiritual and commercial law in it, that teaches you how to operate in commerce. So it's your choice. You choose how you want your life to be. No one's choosing it for you. No one makes it happen for you. Only person makes it happen for you is you, by your actions and beliefs. First belief, then actions. First belief, then actions. I can tell you exactly what you believe by your actions. See, people tell me a lot of things. I've got this going. I'm doing this. But I can tell you what you believe by your actions. When it comes to starting businesses and I'm going to do this and I'm doing that, I could tell them. I have predicted this for a while now. I've been started this out at the beginning of the year, and no one has proven me wrong. When you don't take and put that business out there, you never get started. When you keep making excuses by, I need to do this, I need to get this right, I'm working on this, I'm working on this, I'm making this happen, I'm making that happen, it won't get out there. It's not happening until you make the decision and you just put it out there. That's when it's going to start working for you. I keep telling you, y'all need to get the book. I had it up on Telegram the other day. I'm going to play it again. Tim Ferriss, The 4-Hour Work Week. It's a saying that I love that in there that I love. Take the first step, correct course along the way. So whoever's listening to me right now, if you got some business that you've been working on, trust. If you don't trust yourself, trust me. Trust my belief in you. Take and start it. No matter where you are, where it is, start it. Put it out there to the public. I don't care where it is. Put it out there. Oh, but it ain't this, it ain't that. You don't understand. I understand. What I understand is you making excuses and you still stuck. That's what I understand. I'm not here to tolerate excuses. I'm not going to accept that from you because I know what Christ said about you. He said, you will do greater things than he. I know that. And that's all I need to trust. I don't need to trust the excuses you're giving me. I don't need to trust these reasons and all of that other stuff. I don't trust that. What I trust is what that word says, you would be greater. But the only way you could be greater is by getting started. What if the apostles had said to Christ, I can't follow you because I need to catch this last fish. I need to do this. I need to go tell my mom. I need to go do this with the kids. What if they had said that? No, they stopped and they moved. That's what I'm talking about. They didn't exactly know the whole plan, but they knew there was a plan. They didn't fully understand, but they knew the power of what? Taking action. They knew the power of moving on faith. That things were going to work out because they saw the truth in Christ. Christ exemplified truth. And when they saw that, they knew it was power there and they went towards it and did it. There is truth and power in what you're creating. And if you got inspired to do it, that means that it was supposed to be done. It was supposed to live inside your head and then inside your head be manifested to the world in its physical creation. Because if it stays in your head, it's going to die eventually. It's not going to happen. Because why? Other things are going to it's going to get buried under all of your issues and your problems and your concerns and your questions. It's going to get buried. And then before you know it, the whole idea becomes foggy. What was that inspiration that I received so long ago? Life is about conceiving and then giving birth. You're supposed to give birth to something. But you are giving birth to something. And a lot of you guys are giving birth to man's idea of success. Go to school, get a good education, get a good education, get a good job. That's their, see, that was their boardroom meeting that they had, that they was going to get everybody to believe that. So when you buy into that, you bought into their inspiration to deceive the world into believing that that was the way to success. They meant the manipulation of your mind. And that's what this is the life. I was asked, what is this life about? This current system in its state is designed only to manipulate your mind to make the big corporations rich. And once you understand that's what the aim and the goal is, I don't care what problem come up, whatever situation, like it's identity issues right now that they're arguing over. But remember, and think about it, they created products off of these issues. Every issue they got, they create a product. If there's a problem you have, they create a pill for it. Right now, it's the whole gender identity, rainbow. They created a whole bunch of products just off of that. Flags, shirts, t-shirts, pants, everything. Butterflies, everything to go with it. And people buy it. Oh, this rainbow identifies my thinking right now. And then people really believe it's their original thought, that why they went and bought that rainbow shirt or whatever. It's not original thought. It's manipulated thought. And that's what Christ was trying to tell you. Stop living under the guise of believing that these thoughts are original. These are your ideas. No, they are manipulated ideas and you're buying into it. And this is what was happening in the time when Christ walked the earth and he was teaching. They were being manipulated by the religious leaders of that time to do one thing: so that they can stay in power, in control. Right now, just like today, you are being manipulated into being a consumer by different agendas and issues that pop up so that you can go buy a product. That's the game. It's all about the money. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It ain't about protecting rights of babies and all of this stuff. Everything they have, they create a product off of it. Every issue that you see out there, there is a product to buy that's associated with that current issue. And when you sit back and you get into the mind of Christ, you can see it clearly. And then you realize, I ain't got to be a part of that. I ain't got to argue about that. I ain't got to talk about that. I ain't got to buy that. Because that's not part of the plan. That's not going to move my needle forward. That's not going to make me prosperous. What's going to make me prosperous? If I go in there, I create trust, I create my ministry, and operate by the instructions of God that put me here, follow those instructions, then I become prosperous. And that's how you become the lender and not the borrower. That's how you do it. Simple, plain, to the point, not complicated. So here's my suggestion. If you still got that, whatever it is you're working on, you still haven't put it out there, put it out there. Y'all do realize this message that I've been teaching, preaching all year, I've lost some friends because of it. Well, I wouldn't say friends. I guess if I lose them because I'm trying to encourage them to do the business, they weren't friends. But I've lost some people who don't even want to talk to me no more. They avoid me. Because they know. If you don't have friends, if you have friends and they're not encouraging you to move in your power, then they're not friends. They're not good friends, as I would say. People should be in your life should be encouraging you to do that thing you say you want to do to move yourself into prosperity or whatever it is you're trying to do. They should be encouraging you. And if you have friends that get offended because you're encouraging them to do something better, I would suggest that you start looking for some new friends or just cut ties, period. Because they are not in the same mindset. They are not in the same mind family as you. Y'all do believe, y'all do know, I'm not believe, do know that just because people are your family physically doesn't make them your family spiritually. Think about it. Where was Christ's family when he was being crucified? Shoot, where was his apostles? Where were they? The ones that was supposed to be down, ride or die with him. Where were they? So everything you're doing, you should realize that you basically, the journey is yours to take. And if people are there, that's great, but they're not going to be there for the whole journey. They're not going to be there for the total walk. And guess what? They are not going to be there when things get their worst. That's the one lesson, big lesson of the whole Christ story. When things are really bad, none of those people, even his apostle was there, watched, saw what he did, all of the miracles he did, all of the good teaching that he gave. When it came down to the real deal, they were gone. They fell asleep first and was out. They had no parts of that whole trial he went through. And there will come a time where you will be put on trial. Trial, Akeem? You didn't? I got to go through a trial? Yes. You're going to be put on trial on how much you want what you say you want. How much what you're willing to work for. Because most people, when they're working on something, as soon as they hit that snag of difficulty, that's where their work stops. This is too hard. And then go back to what they used to do. Now think about it. Out of all the things that Christ ever did, he never, the one thing he did not accomplish was being offered up as a living sacrifice. That was his first time. That was his first go around. So he had to prepare for that. Knowing that was coming, he had to prepare for that mentally, spiritually. He had to fast. He had to meditate. He had to prepare for that. So what I'm saying is, just put it to what you're trying to do. Are you prepared to go through that trial you're about to go through to even get to the other side, to that prosperous spot? Because if you study all of these guys who have any significant wealth or created wealth in this world, they went through something first. A lot of them almost lost their businesses, but they still persist in it and pursued it and went. And now look, it's a big thing. Are you prepared? Yeah, you can get in the business and it'll do well at first. And then all of a sudden it's not doing well. What happened? You know, when Christ started that ministry, the first 3 years, it was great. Doing his thing, going around, preaching, feeding, healing. Then the trial came. The accusations, the criticisms, the ones who wanted to stop his ministry, the public execution. I know I went through a public execution spiritually some time ago, and I had to choose what type of person I was going to be. Was I going to be like everyone else that retaliates and start saying bad for bad, or I just overlook it and let it go? See, it doesn't take a lot of strength to react, to respond, and to get revenge on people. That doesn't take. What takes a lot of strength is when you know you have the power to destroy someone and you don't. See, I knew I had the power to shut things down, but God said, no, you don't have to do that. See, that is called being spiritual. When you know you got it. See, God knows he got the power to shut things down like that, but he never uses it. He allows you to figure it out and come around. See, that's God. When you know you got the power to destroy and shut it down, and you just choose not to, because you don't have to. When you already know that everything fixes itself on its own in time. Truth always reveals itself. See, if you sometimes in your situation, if you shut things down immediately, no one ever gets to see the full story. No one ever sees the full development of you from where you were and where you are now. So then there's always this question, was there some truth to that? See, now there is no question. Why? Because all of that stuff that was being taught is played out now. And you see that it's not true. But you see what I'm teaching is played out now. And you see what I teach is true. Why? Because there's results. Living, breathing results. See, and that's what the old Christ, when he was sacrificed and he's not the Messiah, we're going to kill him. And then when they took him and all these weird things started happening, so wait a minute, this was the Messiah. It played out. You didn't have to fight them. I'm God's son. I'm this. I'm the Messiah. He just let it play out. They let him kill. What did they really kill when Christ was sacrificed? What was really killed? Think about it. What was put to death, besides that physical body, was the idea and disbelief that he was not the Christ. That's what was that doubt was killed, was put to death at that time. See? Because had that not happened, people still would be in doubt. There's no doubt now. Name lives on for all eternity. All right, with that being said, it's 11:24. I think I gave y'all enough word for the day. Go forth to make that business happen. Make it happen for yourself. Make it happen. All right? And hang on. Seeing what's going on over here. Yeah. There's my music. I'll get it right for Tuesday's show. But hey, all these seminars are coming up. I look forward to you guys being there. I look forward to you guys being part of the membership. The membership is there. People join the membership at the seminars. Man, people have been coming to seminars and say, man, I don't know why I didn't do this before. I'm piecing stuff together. See, when you're part of the membership, you ain't got to piece nothing together. Everything's there for you to learn. And it just keeps adding on to itself. So anyway, with that being said, peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth to everyone. Peace.